So this next trick is going to be one that might seem a bit unconventional. We're going to go to File, Options, and I want you to jump into Mail and go to your spelling and autocorrect. We're actually going to use autocorrect options as a way to do like a keyboard shortcut for certain text to appear. So let me give you an example. I have some of these in here already. If I were to type in TY1 into a message, what would come up is thank you for doing business with us. And if I typed in TY2, it would be thank you for being a loyal customer. And so I've actually created a bunch of TY is my code, TY, and then I use some sort of thank you to go with it. The idea is that if I just want to insert one line of plain text, no rich text formatting with this, but I use it every once in a while and often enough, I might want to create this little short key type of code to go with it. So when people do this, if they get really experienced at doing this, they often will create a Word document as a cheat sheet for these and keep that printed out. But what's nice about autocorrect is that autocorrect is the same thing that will take when you type in TEH and you've misspelled the, that's what automatically corrects it to be THE. So when you type in whatever your code is, it will automatically, after you hit the space bar, correct it to be that information. So just keep in mind, we can create this to be a full paragraph or just a sentence or even just a single word. Okay, when you're done, hit Add, and you'll see it adds to the list. Hit OK, hit OK, hit OK. Again, we went in there through File, and then Options. We went into Mail, we went into Spelling and Autocorrect, and then our Autocorrect Options is where we landed. So just keep in mind that that's where you're going to find that. Now, if I go in to type a new email, I'm going to just type in TY1 to start. Now notice, didn't do it. Capital T, capital Y1, enter, did it. Capital T, capital Y, 2, space, did it. And I'll just put number 5 in that we just did as well. So again, the idea here is it might not be so much information that you need to create your own separate signature or template for it, but wouldn't you rather type in 3 keystrokes than 30? So my idea with any of these shortcuts is the fewer keystrokes, the more time I've saved you. And in my experience with data entry, every keystroke costs money. So the idea of how do we create some shortcuts, they should be intuitive for you, easy to manage. Again, you might want to print out a cheat sheet of what they are as you make them, but that can really be a big time saver. Again, the idea there was to work with autocorrect. The next option that you have to speed some things up is using a tool called Quick Parts. So Quick Parts is the same idea that we used in templates, but rather than, again, having to take up the whole message, we have this option in Quick Parts to have it be just text. So I'm going to select and copy a piece of text just so that I can isolate that. And come on over to Quick Parts and then say, save that selection to the auto text gallery. Okay, so we're going to save that. And now, if that means later I want to come back to my Quick Parts and add just that, it's a quick place to go do that. Again, you can do more than just text. That's what makes Quick Parts really different from some of the other things that I've shown so far. So instead now I'm going to just isolate these 2 items together. Come over to Quick Parts and say Save Selection to Quick Part Gallery. We're going to hit OK. I'm just going with the default names there. And now you'll see that we have the whole set of information. So you could actually go in and use other shapes, you could use images, anything that you want to do that you, again, if it's something that you're going to be using regularly and you are going to other places to go grab it, these quick parts work then across all of your email messages. So you don't have to build this each time, of course, and it lands in this little library. So this last step is to look at some of the different ways that you might be able to send some messages or things like that. It's been hanging out here in your Outlook since I think Outlook 2010, and a lot of people have just ignored this whole area here. So first of all, some of my options are grayed out right now because I don't have an actual message selected. So I have like forward to quote or put in my respond folder, things like that. So what it has right now is the option to create a new team email. When I click on that, it gives a name to the quick step, which is the default name, because you can customize that. And then it's going to ask you for this first time out who it's actually going to. It will remember that for the future. So I'm going to just add, there we go. And there we go. And hit save. So the next time I go to do a team email, those folks are put right into the subject line. So that's just one tool in here. Now we can pop this out a little bit further where you can use this little launcher button, and you'll see there's a few defaults that land in here, but you can make so many new quick steps. This is a place where you can have a whole bunch of automations. So one of the examples that I've seen in the past is like forward it to my team. And if there's messages that come in all the time, but not quite something that you can put a rule on, you can set it up so you can say forward to, and then just like we did in that earlier one, put all the names that you want that one forwarded to. And I would suggest you get a little bit clearer up in the name who it's going to, and that is one option on a quick step. You can duplicate quick steps and edit them once they've been put out. I'm going to hit this back to defaults for just a second so you can see what yours probably looks like since I'd added a couple extras. But what I really love is this idea of a new custom quick step. So I want to take you through just a sample of a custom. And what you can do here is you can say, okay, so I want this to actually be when a message comes in, like let's say I have a request that I want them to send me their weekly agenda items. So we're going to do a weekly team meeting, and I want them to send me something in a particular format. So we're going to do a new message. I would put my team members in here. And now I'm going to go down to where it says show options. So we can call it, you can add your subject line. And then we have the text. And you can set that up for however you want that to be formatted and things like that. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this is that it does not allow for rich text formatting. It's only plain text. I do think that that's a little bit of a drawback, so keep that in mind. We can add more actions. So once we have that done, we can actually say like move it to a folder, and you could move it like to your waiting folder, or you could create a whole like weekly team meeting folder and have it go there. And we're going to move this to another folder. Select there. We're going to put it in waiting. Hit OK. You can add even other steps if you needed to. So if it was something that you were sending or you wanted to flag for follow-up or whatever that is, you can always set all those different things right in this quick step. You even could set it up so that it's able to be done with a keyboard shortcut. So they don't give you all the options. They give you these very specific 9 options that you could use. And the last part is that by default, when you go to click this quick step, it's still going to give you the option to customize the message. Okay, it's not going to just send it unless you click this where it says automatically send after 1 minute delay, and then it will automatically send after that 1 minute delay. So we're going to hit finish. We're going to hit OK. Now, interestingly, this is being a little bit fussy for me, and it's not allowing me to run that quick step we just did from my inbox. However, if I jump into another folder, apparently it likes it if I jump into my respond folder right now. So if I jump into my respond folder, it does allow me to run that quick step. So that trick doesn't usually happen, but it's just an example of ways that you can use these built-in quick steps to build and create more automations.